London gold prices lost 0.5% this week as the record Lunar New Year bid for bullion from the precious metals #1 consumer nation China shut down for week-long holidays, and US stock markets rose to fresh all-time highs despite geopolitical tensions around 2024's heavy election calendar as the Federal Reserve dashed hopes of a March cut to dollar interest rates. The United States is practically implementing a policy of double containment against Russia and China, said Moscow's President Vladimir Putin and his Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping in a phone call on Thursday, accusing Washington of interfering in their domestic affairs, according to a Kremlin aide. Dropping $11 from last Friday's 3 p.m. benchmark to fix around $2,023 per troy ounce today, bullion traded in London, the world's central trading and storage hub for precious metals, has now lost 2.7% from the record-high gold benchmark price set just before New Year's Eve. The S&P 500 index of U.S. corporate stocks has meantime added 5.6%, breaking through the 5,000 level for the first time ever at Friday's opening in New York. Silver prices today fixed at $22.67 at noon in London, down 2.4% for the week and 1/10 cheaper from last December's touch of 7-month highs, before slipping another 30 cents. With China's stock market sinking as its real estate bubble bursts, Shanghai's bullion exchange, now closed for the new year of the Dragon Spring Festival, the world's heaviest consumer gold-buying festival in the heaviest gold-buying nation, has seen traders paying the equivalent of more than $25 per ounce for silver for 12 weeks running, while the city's afternoon gold benchmark has averaged a price higher than London's record, $2,078 for the past 3 weeks. Only one of 25 analysts and traders entering this year's LBMA price forecast competition mentioned China's private sector demand as a possible factor impacting gold in 2024, with Alexander Zumpfer of German bullion refiners Heraeus saying that India's robust economic outlook could boost jewelry demand, countering weaker demand in the West and in China. With the whole world waiting for the Fed to cut rates, claims Fortune magazine, official says history tells many stories of inflation head fakes, reporting how Richmond Fed President Tom Barkin, a voting policymaker in 2024, yesterday repeated other U.S. central bank figures saying it would be smart to take our time on easing the cost of borrowing because no one wants inflation to re-emerge. The odds of a March rate cut, seen as a 90% certainty at the start of this year, have now sunk below 1 in 5, according to betting on interest rate futures. The odds of no change at May's Fed meeting have now risen to 2 in 5, says the CME Derivatives Exchange's FedWatch tool, the highest since end November. Fed rates will then finish 2024 at 4.27%, market consensus says, more than half a point higher than the level forecast this new year and the highest prediction since mid-December, eve of the US Central Bank confirming in its own dot plot forecast that it expected to cut rate to 4.6% this year. "I know what the hell I am doing," said 81-year-old US President Joe Biden overnight, set to face 77-year-old Donald Trump in November's White House elections, in an angry press conference after charges were dropped against him for illegally retaining and sharing classified documents because, in the words of the special counsel assessing his case, he would strike a jury as a sympathetic, well-meaning, elderly man with a poor memory, unable to defend his actions properly in court. Supporters of Pakistan's jailed ex-Prime Minister Imran Khan today began protests as early results showed candidates affiliated with his PTI party taking a narrow lead in the nuclear-armed nation's elections. But current Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, jailed during Khan's time in power, nevertheless declared victory for his PMLN party. Over the last 10 days, Pakistan has seen 22 incidents of election-related violence, says a UK-based human rights charity, including 2 car bombs during Thursday's voting, resulting in at least 115 civilian casualties. Moscow's Putin, who told former US Fox News anchor Tucker Carlson in a televised interview yesterday that defeat in Ukraine is impossible, will stand unopposed for re-election in next month's Russian ballot after anti-war candidate Boris Nadezhdin was blocked by the Electoral Commission. India's Hindu nationalist Prime Minister Narendra Modi will win a third term by a landslide in next month's elections, but with a smaller majority according to the latest Mood of the Nation opinion poll. India's household demand for gold picked up this week, Reuters quotes local dealers, as prices retreated from last week's fresh domestic rupee record above 65,000 rupees per 10 grams, flipping the rate from a discount to a small premium over London Plus import duty prices for the first time in 4 months. Please like this video and subscribe to our channel.